If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law. And by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Greetings from downtown Omaha, a Sunday matinee pro volleyball showdown right here at the CHI Health Center. More than 10,000 expected here this afternoon. Caitlin Horde is here, Allie Baton-Horst, Toyosa, Anna Banjo, Emily Londot, and the head coach, Laura Berg-Kuhn, want this to be a celebratory Sunday afternoon. It's a big one with huge playoff ramifications. The Vegas Thriller in town 10 and 15 against the Omaha Supernovas. Well, hello again, folks. I'm John Baylor with the Olympian Nancy Metcalf. Nancy, let's start right there by looking at the standings. A lot is at stake this afternoon.
This is a big match for both teams. For Omaha, if they can win both matches this weekend and win out their matches before they go to Atlanta, they lock in the #1 seed as long as one of those is in 3 or 4 sets. For Vegas, they need to win all their matches to have a chance to make the finals.
You see it right there. Grand Rapids Rise are right behind the Ignite. The Vegas Thrill in 6th place. They got to win their last 3. Omaha, a win today and a win next time, and they finish first. But there's a matchup between a left side, Hannah Maddox for Vegas, and a right side, Kelsey Payne for Omaha. It's going to go a long way towards determining who wins today.
It is. Both players are so big for their teams right now. They've both been playing well. Their teams rely on them. Hannah Maddox in their game on Friday had 60 attacks. That's a ton of attacks for one person to hit. She had 22 kills and ended up with 27 points for Vegas. Kelsey Payne has been getting it done for Omaha lately. On their match Friday, she had 13 kills, ended up with 15 points. Expect big games from both of them as they try to lead their teams to victory today.
Starting lineups brought to you by Medica Healthcare. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you are cared for. 3 brand new starters, Nancy, for Omaha. Phoebe Awalea, Toyosa, Anna Banjo, and Allie Witten. In fact, Anna Banjo and Witten getting their first starts of the year. And here we are with those 3 matches left in the season. For Vegas, it's going to be Carly Graham, not Alicia Glass-Childress, as the starting setter. The opposing coaches tonight. First, Ramon Hernandez-Cruz. What a great player he was for Penn State in the early 90s. Led him to a 1994 title. In 2017, he led the Puerto Rican national men's team his first year at Vegas. Fran Flory, now the general manager, coached him in the inaugural campaign a year ago. Meanwhile, Laura Berg-Kuhn is the defending champion PBF head coach for the Omaha Supernovas. 7 years at Kansas, 5 years the head coach at A&M, and her players love her here in Omaha. Both teams, Nancy, coming off huge 5-set wins on Friday night. And Adora Anai gets things started. Reagan Cooper, a nice pass. There's Kelsey Payne, nice, so smooth in the back row. Great dig. And a kill for Lauren Jardine. She's got a fast whip arm on the right.
And Lauren Jardine is the other player to keep an eye on for Vegas. She's been on a roll lately as well for them. She had 45 attacks, ended up with 19 points on Friday. They will look to go to her as well for some offensive power.
Hawaii native, University of Utah legend Adora Anai serves, and a near ace going after the second-year libero, Allie Witten. Graham sets the snide. Oblad, not this time. Berkeley Oblad. And there's Brooke Nunaville, a workhorse for Omaha. Gets dug. Hannah Maddox, not this time. Back row swing, Reagan Cooper. We got a marathon rally to get things started here. And Berkeley Oblad running the slide well. 2-love Vegas.
Berkeley Oblad has been consistent in the middle for Vegas all season. You see another example here of running the slide. She has such good vision on that court, sees the block, and is able to hit around it.
How big was that Friday night win over San Diego for Vegas? They had lost 11 of their prior 13. They needed it, got it in 5. And that set them nobody. 3-0 start for the Thrill.
That's an unfortunate missed timing error there between Nati and setting to the middle with Onabanjo up there. She's trying to get the quick set, but just misses wide.
Dora Anai, picked up from Orlando about a month ago. On a banjo, decent pass, but number tipping, and that one falls. Omaha on the board.
Omaha able to get the first side out. Now look for the team to start to settle in, make some plays, and get a run going.
Brooke Nunaville. And that's served by Kelsey Payne, just long. 4-1 Vegas. Omaha defeated Columbus in 5 on Friday night. Vegas over San Diego at home on Friday night. Both went 5. Kelsey Payne, kaboom! 14th thrill.
That pass there, pulling Nati Valentine Anderson off the court to the right front. She does a really nice job getting around that ball and turning it back in to find a ball for Kelsey Payne to take a swing at. That's not what you want or what you're looking for, but a really nice turn of a play for Omaha there.
On the middle to the back row, she does it all for the Novas. Maddox the pass, the give and go, the swing out of bounds. Omaha within 1.
Here we see Hannah Maddox stepping into the front row for Vegas. They're going to be looking for her to make a lot of points for them, take a lot of swings, so Omaha needs to stay disciplined at the net.
Hunter Miller sends it to Hannah Maddox, second-year player, USA, University of South Alabama, and a big kill for Lane Van Buskirk, the former Pittsburgh Panther.
Lane Van Buskirk here going up, seeing the single blocker and able to cut around it. A really nice set by Carly Graham there, facing the net to stay out of it with her elbows, able to find her middle.
Carly Graham played at Rice, 2-time All-Conference USA. First-team performer, the slide on a banjo, block back, in. Point thrill. Columbus had a lot of blocks, especially early, 6 of them set 1 against Omaha.
They did, and right now Vegas is starting out very similar to how Columbus did. Omaha needs to settle into their offense, start taking smart swings, continue seeing the block well and finding the open spots or tooling off out of bounds.
Cooper off in the target of the opponent's serve. Wow, Kelsey Payne. Is it possible, Nancy, for attackers to be as effective in the back row as the front? And if so, is Kelsey Payne a candidate?
It is definitely possible. From the back row, you're further off the net, but if the setter's leading you, you should still have the vision of the block and the defense like you do when you're attacking in the front row. And it just changes angles a little bit.
Carly Graham fooled everybody in Dodge County. 7-4 Vegas.
Nice little set over there by Carly Graham. Being aware where the defense is. She had a middle serving. She knows there's no libero on the court. Good awareness.
Smart thing to do early so the defense suddenly has to think about that more?
I think so. I think it puts the setter on the defense's mind and it makes them hesitate just a little bit before they can release.
An over dig from Reagan Cooper. Lauren Jardine got a little fooled. What happened?
Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she was expecting Nati Valentine Anderson to make a play on the ball, and she pulled back to like not pull over the net, but the ball came over and caught her off guard.
I think she was thinking she'd swing at it, but then she thought it might be going out of bounds. Too late?
Too late.
Mary Schroll with the pass. She's the starting libero today for Vegas. Tight to the net. Nice rescue by Allie Witten. Here comes the thrill. Quick attack. Van Buskirk. She's got 2 swings and 2 kills.
She does, and there we see Van Buskirk come up in the middle again like she did last time, but this time she cuts it across her body back to zone 1. It's a smart shot for middle to keep moving side to side because it keeps the block uncommitted.
She's a 9-year professional, Van Buskirk. Overpass, Adora Anai says, thank you for that great serve. I'll take the kill.
Good heads-up play by Adora Anai. Seeing Nati Valentine Anderson, knowing she's in the back row, Adora knows she does not have a blocker on that and just throws it back down.
And Buskirk serving. She's a Canadian on the Canadian national team. Windsor, Ontario. Quick attack, Phoebe Awalea. Didn't look pretty, but got it.
And sometimes they don't look pretty, but you'll take the point. And so for Omaha, take the point, get going, get some momentum going now. It hasn't been the smoothest play for Omaha so far this match. I'd like to see them turn it around and start to gel a little bit better on the court.
Mary Scholl guides it to Graham. Back set, Jardine. Great up, Reagan Cooper. Kelsey Payne tools the block.
I think all of Kelsey Payne's attacks and kills today have been using the block. She's hitting high hands, tooling them out of bounds. That's a wonderful shot because there's no defender that can chase that down. She's hitting very high today. She's keep doing that.
Settling in Omaha. Pull up a chair, spend the afternoon with the Supernovas and the thrill. Hannah Maddox bang. Great up by Allie Witten. First start as a professional for Allie Witten today. The libero for Omaha. Lauren Jardine bang.
Laura Jardine is looking really solid on the opposite for Vegas right now. They're setting her a ball that's with some tempo, and she's able to find holes in the block and hitting high between the seam of the block to the deep corner for a kill.
Jardine, a leaper, big shoulder. Well, in the old days, it seemed like so many opposites were lefties. Now you see the majority are right-handers.
I think that's just more of a tribute to how few left-handers there are. But you're right. There are a lot of right-handed opposites, and they adapt well. I think it's a difficult position to play as a right-hander, but they adapt well.
Within 2, Phoebe Avalea serves. Back row, Hannah Maddox block back. 1-point ball game. Kelsey Payne.
There's the Omaha block coming into play. That time they were not fooled by Carly Graham. She runs across the court a little bit, sets behind her for the pipe, and all 3 Omaha blockers able to make a play on that ball.
If you question whether you should try to block a back row attack, there's your answer.
Always.
Phoebe Avalea sends it just long. Unorthodox approach, but often effective. Phoebe Avalea did not serve much in college.
She did not, but she's gotten some opportunities lately. She's been a steady server for Omaha. Just missed long on that one.
Pride of University of Minnesota after stops at Loyola Marymount and Georgia in college. There's Dora Nye. Nice alert up by Anabanjo. Brooke Nunneveller, every shot in the book.
Such a smart shot by Brooke Nunneveller, but I love the fact that Anabanjo was ready to play that serve receive. The balls that tip off the net sometimes throw teams off because they're not expecting it. Anabanjo's ready for it, makes a great pass, and it allows Brooke Nunneveller to get the kill.
Brooke Friday night, 5-set win over Columbus, 18 kills, hit .311, 45 swings. Jardine getting a lot of opportunities. Just long. We're all tied up in downtown Omaha.
Here we can see the in-out thanks to the Bolt 6 system, and it's out by significant amount. But a nice job there by Omaha again, getting 2 blockers up on that back row attack.
Kelsey Payne, that's an ace. First ace of the match. Kelsey Payne's 8th ace of the season. She's in 3rd in that category for Omaha. And the Novas have their first lead. Timeout, the Vegas Thrill. Set number 1 heating up. More than 10,000 in attendance today at CHI Health Center. Kelsey Payne and the Supernovas have their first lead.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
CHI Health Center, downtown Omaha, the home of the Creighton Blue Jays basketball program. They fill this place for everyone. Supernovas, nearly averaging more than 10,000 a match for pro volleyball this season. Over 150,000 fans. This is the 14th and final home date. Toyosi Anabanjo, kaboom!
Great series there by Omaha. Kelsey Payne starts it off with a perfect pass off the defensive play. Right up to Nati Valentin Anderson, who finds Anabanjo. He hits it deep in the court for the kill. That's textbook.
Mary Schroll, high pass, Giles, diving, dig out. No one played the second ball. Well, this place is electric early. A lot of energy, a lot of playoff ramifications. The Novas can win this one and the next one. And one of those 2 victories, or 3 or 4 sets, it's Omaha winning the regular season, getting the #1 seed. Playoffs in Vegas 2 weekends from now.
Well, that would be huge for Omaha to be able to lock in the #1 seed before they even hit their last match of the regular season, knowing the matchups that will happen then.
Reagan Cooper, KU Jayhawk, was there last night for the KU Nebraska exhibition. Kelsey Payne, Toyosi Anabanjo as well. 3 Jayhawks watching that one. Won by Nebraska. Back row attack. Lauren Jardine out of bounds. They give her a lot of swings.
They do give her a lot of swings, and right now Jardine is a little bit off. She's missed a few. I think they're trying to keep her in system, keep her kind of in the rhythm of the game, but she's got to find the court back. She's missed a few now.
Her last 3 matches, 19, 21, and 12 kills. Jardine trying to refine that touch. Hannah Maddox. Wow, great up for the moment. but no one able to play that second contact. That was a rocket.
That was a rocket. And Kelsey Payne, again, hanging in there. Hannah Maddox skies when she jumps. She is hitting so high. And she's got Nati Valentin Anderson, who's the smaller blocker for Omaha. Kelsey Payne hangs in there and pops it up. That was impressive.
Maybe we can get a look at Kelsey Payne's right thumb. It is bandaged. She's playing through it. In a moment, Witten, nice pass outside. Reagan Cooper bangs it off the digging out. Boy.
Omaha coming back with their outside, hitting down the line over the setter. Reagan Cooper says, I can do that too.
Media timeout, 16-13 the host. White, pink, and blue-clad Omaha Supernovas. Come on back.
If you've been seriously injured, victory requires teamwork. At Berry Law, we understand what's at stake for you and your family. We have fought for the rights of our clients for over 50 years. Together, we pursue justice to recover the financial compensation and peace of mind that you deserve. Our mission is to win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Berry Law. We are in it to win it.
As a young adult, taking charge of your health can often feel confusing, especially your reproductive wellness. That's where Family Health Services comes in. We provide non-judgmental, affordable reproductive health care that's confidential even for minors. From birth control, STI, and HIV testing to pregnancy testing, counseling, and cervical cancer screenings, we've got you covered. Not ready to book an appointment? No problem. Stop by any of our locations for free Plan B or menstrual products. No questions asked. Call or visit us today. We're ready when you are.
Having fun at CHI Health Center, the Omaha Supernovas home, and this one's brought to you by Berry Law. If you're seriously injured, just call Berry Law. Head coach of Vegas, Ramon Hernandez-Cruz, Nancy, very animated during that timeout.
He is. I think he's trying to fire his team up and light a spark a little bit. They had a pretty commanding start to this set, and Omaha has waved their way right back into it, and they're up now. So he's trying to get his team started up again.
Maddox swings as Vegas is suddenly down 3. Side by Anna Banjo. Dig's going to be tight to the net and brought back. Van Buskirk, and then a missed hit from Reagan Cooper. That ends the Supernova run of 3 consecutive points.
Nice block moves there by the Vegas team. Lane Van Buskirk getting up on that overpass with Reagan Cooper. Ended up in Reagan Cooper because she didn't get that kill. She was a little bit out of sorts trying to get around an approach for her attack off the ball that Nati Valentin Anderson set right back to her, so she was unable to get a good attack.
Check out this jump serve. Wow. Cooper, nice pass. Kelsey Payne, diving dig by Maddox. She's doing it all. Oh. The libero and setter went for that. Whose ball was that?
Typically, the setter should be taking the second ball, but Allison Witten was flying in there trying to pick up the second ball, and so she and Nati Valentin Anderson collided going already for the second ball, and so Nati's forced to try to hit the third ball over. I think Allison's trying to be aggressive, which is a great thing for a libero to do, but you also have to realize Nati is a hustling setter. She'll get there. Trust her. Know that she's got it.
Anna Maddox, a jump serve, forthcoming. Reagan Cooper getting used to it, measures it. Back row tip shot. Looking out of it, gets stuffed. Lane Van Buskirk, she's got 2 kills and now a block, and we're tied.
And Lane Van Buskirk is a force at the net. She's consistently up there for Vegas, getting blocks every match. If Brooke Nuneviller gets that ball again, she's going to remember to turn it side to side. You can't go straight ahead into that block. Lane will hang there and push it back down.
That jump serve, you don't see it a whole lot because of the wear and tear it can put on a body, but also because of that reason, it can be feast or famine. Results in a service there. 17-16 Omaha.
It can be a very potent serve when it's on, but it's very high error as well.
Nati Valentin Anderson got 2 aces against Columbus Friday. Overpass. Set in the middle, Phoebe Awalea, yes.
Reagan Cooper did a nice job there handling the serve receive, and Nati feeds Phoebe Awalea in the middle for a quick kill on the quick attempt by the middle.
Boy, Nati's serve has been effective all weekend. Pulls the setter off a little bit. Graham chooses outside. Dora Nye, ever efficient. She looks like she's very calm, steady, not overexerting herself, but so effective.
Yes, Adora Nye is such a solid player. She goes up there and does what she does best, tools the block out of bounds.
And Buskirk Right to the rookie libero. Nice pass by Whitten. Uh-oh, timing off. Here comes a free ball. Vegas with a chance here to tie it late in the first. A 9 timing dig by Brooke Nunaviller. Outside, Kelsey Payne misfires. No touch. We're locked at 18.
That's several errors in a row for Omaha, either by miscommunications or crashing into other players, attacking errors. They've got some changes in the lineup, like we mentioned with the starting lineups, and they need to settle in and play with who's on the court.
Another gift-wrapped service error by Vegas for Omaha. Let's see if the Novas can capitalize. Reagan Cooper. Pass by Maddox inside Adora Nye, the veteran from the University of Utah. This time Doug. Nati, the setter, gets a swing. They love that. Jardine, straight up by Cooper. Tough set, swing, block. Jardine, 19 each.
Another great block by Vegas at the net there. That's a really tough ball for Brooke Nunaviller, coming from so deep and so far off the court. That's a high ball. It's hard to see the block sometimes on those. And Vegas's block gets the best of her.
Brooke hit better than 300 on Friday night. Off to a slow start offensively. That was a tough set. Quick attack, Alalea, another big block by Berkeley Oblad, but not down. Free ball from the libero. Tied at 19 late in the first. Adora Anai, nice up by Ali Whitten, the Creighton Blue Jay. Brooke Nunaviller tipping though. Back row, Hannah Maddox. She's got a whip arm, not this time. Brooke, tooling, diving dig by Anai. Here comes a free ball effectively. Now Omaha. Jack back. And Kelsey Payne. No. Marathon rally. Anaya into the antenna. Last touch by the attacker. Point Omaha.
What a great rally. Both teams had some really nice defensive plays there. Players diving out, digging hard hit balls. Adora and I finishes by hitting into the antenna. That was a really nice rally with both teams just making play after play.
Enter Lindsey Krause, the Husker. Just finished this past fall. What a moment she had. End of set 3. 3 serves in a row. Needed all 3 of them. Got them. 3 straight points. They completely reversed that set. Came back to win a deuce. Game in the third against Columbus. And here's Anna Banjo with a big block.
Anna Banjo had a great blocking move there. She goes with the attacker. She gets over the net and reaches with her hands. Getting over the net, able to get the block.
Timeout Vegas. They're all out of them. 21-19. What we've seen, Nancy, is a pattern from Columbus Friday night and now here against Vegas. Close end games going Omaha's way.
Yes, and I think that's a really good tribute to Omaha and their grittiness, because close end games are where you see who's going to stick it out. And this recently, Omaha has been really good in the end game. They're not, and I don't want to jinx them, but they're not making a lot of errors in the important times at the end of the sets, and they're taking advantage of it when the other teams are giving them errors.
There's Laura Bird-Kuhn in the middle exhorting her Omaha Exploding Stars, the Supernovas. 21-19, still plenty of wood to chop here in set number 1. Vegas thrilled. They lost 11 of 13, and then on Friday night, a reverse sweep win against San Diego has kept them in this playoff hunt.
They are still in the hunt. They need Indy to lose out, and they need to win out to have a chance. But they're still in it. They have hope.
Lindsey Krause, serving specialist for Omaha. Twinkles the twine, nearly drops it. Adora Anai, big rip out, any touch? We're going, I think, to a Bolt 6 replay review. Either contact by the net or a blocking hand. We're about to find out, but there was some noise that happened right after she struck that one.
Yes, and the net was jumping around.
Well, maybe a net violation.
Possible net. That's what I think. I think they're asking for a net violation because the net was moving a lot. The ball was clearly out, but the net was moving a lot, and I think the block swatted, trying to hit the block to get the ball, and swatted the net instead.
Ramon Hernandez Cruz, his team was at the top of the standings after 9 matches. They were 7-2, and then dropped 11 of 13, but they won on Friday night and still in the hunt got to win out and need a little help. Indy's got to lose. Indy for the moment clinging to that 4th spot. 4 teams out of 8 advance to Vegas 2 weekends from now, and ultimately to the match for $1 million 2 weeks from today. And I think there's no touch. And Vegas is out of timeouts this set, and they have 1 Bolt 6 replay review left in them. 22-19 after 3 straight Supernova points. Oh, that one's going to be long. They played it. Hannah Maddox, the second-year player, could not resist. That's an ace.
And that can happen sometimes at the end of a set. It's the pressure to not mess up for the receiving team. And I agree. I think that ball was long, and Hannah Maddox didn't want to let it go. Ends up getting aced. 4th service ace for Lindsey Krause. Bedeviling the opponent again as she did set 3 late against Columbus Friday. Quick attack, O'Blad, block back, great cover. Graham chooses outside. Adora Anai diving deep. Krause, and no teammate able to bring it back. 23-20. Great hustle there on defense by the Omaha team, trying to run that down, but a really nice swing by Vegas.
Adora Anai. You need someone to settle things down, get you a big swing. She's often your choice.
And she's a good choice for it. She's a great player. She sees the court well. She's got a cannon of an arm, but she can see the block well also.
This is just her 6th match with Vegas, and she serves out of bounds. 24-20 now. Omaha. Kelsey Payne just over. Anai, okay pass. Fed left. Hannah Maddox, she knows one speed. Full. For the set, Brooke Nunaviller. Mary Schroll, nice up. O'Blad, great adjustment. Gets it back on the overdig. Gets it again on the slide. And Berkeley O'Blad, just long. Point set, Omaha. One love. And the more than 10,000 in attendance absolutely love it. Come on back. They'll switch sides. Set 2 forthcoming. Omaha, a league leading 9 sweeps this year. They have another one in the closet this afternoon.
Nebraskans love their volleyball. That's why NCN is once again televising Omaha Supernovas matches this season. Join Husker volleyball announcer John Baylor and Husker Olympian Nancy Metcalf for all the action as the Supernovas look to defend their pro volleyball championship in 2025. Tune in to News Channel Nebraska for Omaha Supernovas volleyball, presented by Barry Law.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
One love, Omaha pulling away late, 25-20 in the first. And you see those numbers, and you look at the individual stats, Nancy Metcalf, and what jumps out at you?
I think right now the Omaha team is playing fairly even. Kelsey Payne started out really strong, finished the set with 3 kills. Brooke Nunaviller, Reagan Cooper, Phoebe Awalea, they've all got 2 kills. The surprise for me was actually on the Vegas side. Hannah Maddox had 10 swings, but only terminated on 1 of them. I think they were expecting, and I was expecting as well, that she would be more successful attacking. The thing I think that needs to be improved for this set for Omaha, I'd like to see them clean it up a little bit. There were several miscommunication errors, maybe misreads on the block, that kind of stuff that I think they can do better at. Ball handling stuff. If they clean that up, it will not be as close this set as it was the last set.
Back to Hannah Maddox. Averages 3.7 kills a set. Only got 1 in the first. What was the secret for the Omaha defense?
I think it's the fact that they dug her well early. They got a block on her early, and that started to wear her down. She started thinking about it too much and made some errors, trying to do something different instead of sticking with what she knows.
Back to Kelsey Payne doing a jig right there. Check out her right thumb. How tough is it to play through that?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's been jammed or what's going on with that, but having it constricted like that with your thumb constricted by tape like that on your hitting hand could make it difficult. You don't have the mobility that you're used to as an attacker.
Hasn't slowed her down much. Certainly her dance steps are working this afternoon. 25-20 Omaha in the first. How about the changing of the guard at the middle position for Omaha? Instead of Kayla Caffey and Caitlin Horde, the two former Huskers, it's Toyusa Onabanjo and Phoebe Alalea here with only 3 matches left in the season.
Well, and I think that's a nod from Coach Kuhn to how well they've been performing. She said all year they've been performing well in practice, but they got to play in the last match and came in and really did a nice job for Omaha. They played great. They made a difference. So I think that's a nod from her, giving them another shot, saying go at it again.
Kelsey Payne, taped thumb and all, sends it across. Mary Schroll guides it to her setter. Long shoots at Van Busker. 1-love Vegas a la set 1 when they jumped out to a nice lead.
And Vegas starts off well again. Lane Van Buskirk again going up, turning it, not hitting straight ahead of her, turning it and able to get the tool off the block. It's a really smart shot, especially when you have 2 blockers up with you.
Van Buskirk serves, and that hits the net and comes back for her second service error of the match. Van Buskirk finished at Pittsburgh in 2019, finishing at Oregon in 2022. Brooke Nunaville serves for the Supernovas. Overpass, point, Omaha, and a back row block.
Back row attacker there. Carly Graham is a back row setter. She goes up to try and make a play, and I think also probably hoping to kind of fool the Omaha side into thinking she can get it. But a really, really smart shot by Onabanjo there, hitting it right into her, knowing it's a back row player.
Brooke Nunaville, service ace, 3-1. Supernovas.
We see here the Bolt 6 replay. The ball lands right on the line. Brooke doing a great job serving deep, continuing to push the passers from Vegas. 7
aces for the season for Brooke, who plays every single rally all season long. The slide by Oblak. Stays on the Omaha side after a good block touch. Reagan Cooper.
There was a really nice play at the net there by Nati Valentine Anderson. The ball hit their block and rolled along the tape and fell over. She played it up. Allison Witten steps into set, and Reagan Cooper doing a great job hitting high seam to the deep court. Super Reagan Cooper. She's the Pro Volleyball Federation reigning Rookie of the Year. Played for the Fury of Columbus a season ago. Service error for 2 Novas after winning the first set 25-20. Lauren Jardine, Utah Ute, out of bounds. Jardine, second service error for the Vegas Thrill here in set 2. Jardine started at Wisconsin in 2021. That was the national championship year for Dana Rettke and Sydney Hilly and that Grace Loberg, currently a teammate at Vegas with her. And then she transferred to Utah for her final 3 seasons. Outside set, Hannah Maddox. Wow. Beautiful diving dig, Brooke Nunaville. Reagan Cooper, yes! Another really smart shot by Reagan Cooper. She's doing a great job right now, swinging high over the seam of the block to the deep court. But Brooke Nunaville with the defense, we see here again diving behind her with one fist to pop it back into the court. That's an incredible defensive play.
Out of system delivery. Reagan Cooper. Supernovas induce a Vegas Thrill timeout early in the set, 6-2. And one thing we're learning is this predilection that Ramon Hernandez-Cruz has for calling timeouts. He used both of them in the first set. He's already used his first one in the second early. He is not afraid to call a timeout, and that's not a bad thing as a coach, especially when your team is struggling to start off right now. He doesn't want to let this one get out of hand. If he lets Omaha take it and run, it could turn ugly really fast. So getting up to 2-6 in a deficit of that for Vegas, I think it's a really smart timeout to stop the momentum, get your team recentered, say refocus, let's get out there, we know what we need to do, and let them go back out and have another shot at it. Vegas hosts the PBF Match for $1 Million Final Four championships in 2 weekends. If they lose today, their playoff dreams are over. If you look there at the Liberty First Credit Union scoreboard, it says 6-2. Omaha set 2 after winning the first set. Scoreboard is presented by Liberty First Credit Union. Banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com. It's a long season, 28 matches, but boy, the standard deviation of play for Omaha has been fairly wide this year, and we've seen some down matches where they got swept at home against Orlando. This is some of the finest volleyball we've seen, albeit with a largely different lineup. It is, and that's part of it attributed because it's towards the end of the season, so these players have now spent more time together. They get more used to each other. They start to learn each other's tendencies and to communicate better. But yes, Omaha is starting to play better now when it isn't most important, so it's a great time. Brooke Nunavilla digging better than an archaeologist back there. Back row swing, Adora Anai. Jousting at one by Nelson. That's volleyball.
That is volleyball, and that is a rally these fans love. Brooke Nunavilla got blown up and pulled that ball up and popped it up. Nati flew after a second touch. Here we see Brooks dig again. She just pops it up. Nati was able to play that second ball, and then comes back and blocks on the joust at the net for the point. That dig she just took off the top of her body. The prior one, she was horizontal. Unreal. Maddox. Wow. Out of bounds, but we have not seen a tip shot coming from Hannah Maddox. Expect the express all afternoon from her. We have not. And Hannah Maddox is a very aggressive player. She's the kind of player who's going to go up and go after the ball, which right now is paying dividends for Omaha because she's midway through that first set. She started struggling. I don't think she's found her rhythm yet. She hasn't found her location. See if she takes another full swing. There's a roll shot. Phoebe Awalea, nice up by Lauren Jardine. Back row, Adora Anai tipping, no. Nova's already up by 6. Over dig, scatter. Here comes the offense off the free ball. And Cooper, cross-court kill. That's a great shot by Reagan Cooper. That set, Nati came across the net, so she was closer to Reagan when she sets it. The set goes a little wide. Reagan takes a little bit off of it, just cups it cross-court sharp, and is able to catch the defense off guard. Vegas looking a little discouraged. They are down 9-2. That's a big deficit early in the second after dropping the first by 5. Back row, Lauren Jardine tipping. It's down. Lauren Jardine there with a really smart shot. She's got both the right front and the middle front blocking. Reagan Cooper did not block at left front, but she did not also pull over across the net for that tip. And Kelsey Payne playing right back has to play deep and play defense because Nati is a smaller block. So it's a smart location for Lauren Jardine. Hannah Maddox, South Alabama Jaguar. Nice pass, Brooke. Left side, Reagan Cooper. They cannot stop her. Reagan Cooper absolutely on fire for Omaha right now. She is in a groove hitting. She's hitting high. She's able to find the ball over the high seam of that block. That time I think she went right over Carly Graham. But she's doing a great job. They want to feed off that energy. We got a score from the Indy-San Diego match momentarily for you. That one started an hour before ours. Carly Graham, the slide. Berkeley Oblad out of bounds as Vegas continues to misfire. 11-3 Omaha. 2-1 Indy against San Diego. And Vegas Thrill fans keeping a close eye on that one. They need San Diego to win that one. They do. They need San Diego to find a way to come back. They're down 2-1 right now. All the sets have been fairly close, but not super tight. No deuce sets. We have a Bolt 6 video replay review. Block, touch is the question. Adora Anai trying to persuade her coach, and he's saying, look, you got to persuade Bolt 6. I got no say in this one. That's a loose translation. That may not be the exact conversation they're having. It's a good attempt. I'm not quite sure that's exactly what she was arguing. I think she's probably talking about her own attacks and asking him a question or saying what the hitters are doing to her block. If she was mapping out the old market, like there's a great place here in the corner, but if you go right around there, there's another. Anyway. Well, here we can see the replay. There's no touch. It's decently far away from the blockers. But again, the coach is just trying to find something to make a switch, find something to change the momentum of the game. Ramon Hernandez Cruz. I mean, he'll Bolt 6 the opening coin flip for who gets to serve for him. He likes to review stuff. 11-3 Omaha. It's his third replay review. He's 0 for 3. Adora Anai blasts that one just long. It is all Omaha. Adora Anai is asking for a review right now. But the head coach is thinking, I just burned one. I only got one left here in this whole set. 12-3. And she's asking for a touch, but nobody else on her side of the court looked very convinced of it. So sometimes as a hitter, I think you feel desperate when things aren't working well. You want to find that phantom call. Hannah Maddox guides it to Carly Graham. Back row, Lauren Jardine. Great dig again, this time by the setter, Nati Valentine Anderson. Awalea flips it over. Adora Anai cross court. That's out of bounds. She's frustrated. She's very frustrated. As a competitive athlete, she wants to do her best. Obviously, she wants to get side outs for her team and get kills. But she's frustrated now because the Omaha block is doing a nice job staying disciplined. They're not reaching around for it. They're not giving her a lot of fingers to find and use.
Played 1.5 years with Orlando, and now a Vegas thrill, Adora Anai. The slide, Berkeley Obladbach back. And back row, no one wanted it, and Hannah Maddox came in at the last second. She's going to get an attack error on the stat sheet. I'm not sure she's fully to blame, 14-3.
Well, and that was a really nice cover by Carly Graham on the slide to Oblad, and sometimes players forget to cover. Carly Graham stuck in there and covered that ball. It was a perfect ball. I think there was some miscommunication in the back row between Maddox and Jardine, who was attacking that one. It ends up in a point for Omaha, so they take a 14-3 lead here going into a timeout.
If you've been seriously injured, victory requires teamwork. At Berry Law, we understand what's at stake for you and your family. We have fought for the rights of our clients for over 50 years. Together, we pursue justice to recover the financial compensation and peace of mind that you deserve. Our mission is to win your case. If you've been seriously injured, call Berry Law. We are in it to win it.
Supernovas Volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you in part by the CHI Health Center in Omaha and by Berry Law. Berry Law is in it to win it. If you've been seriously injured, call Berry Law.
Having fun here at CHI Health Center. It's all Omaha thus far. Nancy Metcalf, but we're only midway through the second set. A little surprised it's been so lopsided.
I am, actually. I think Vegas has some really outstanding female athletes on their team, and I expected them to be competing a lot closer. But I think right now, Omaha, we've known all season they're a strong defensive team, both at the net and back row defense, and they have shown that, especially in this second set. And it has just taken the wind right out of Vegas.
Vegas is going to get immediate timeout in a moment, but that second timeout there, they made no lineup changes, and we have another service ace for Omaha, and it's 15-3.
That's a fantastic serve by Nati Valentine Anderson. I didn't expect any lineup changes coming out of the timeout. I think as a coach, when you call a timeout, you want to give the people you just talked to a chance to make a change. But I do think that coach has to be looking for some changes fairly soon here if something doesn't happen for their team.
So after Nati's third service ace of the weekend, 2 Friday night against Columbus in the 5-set win, and one a moment ago, she serves into the net, 15-4. We'll get that immediate timeout when either team reaches 16. Pass made by Reagan Cooper. Nati takes a peek, feeds Reagan Cooper, cross court. That ball is in.
I love the swings Reagan Cooper is taking today. She is hitting high, she is extended, and she's finding long shots in the deep part of the court opposite where she's attacking. Her arm swing today looks awesome. It's so fun to see.
Immediate timeout in Omaha.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry because you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do. Just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
Lots of families here to watch the Omaha Supernovas, and they're loving what they're seeing thus far. 25-20 in the first, and currently 16-4, set number 2. This one's presented by Berry Law. If you have been seriously injured, call Berry Law. Looking at the thrill, no lineup changes. Looking at the Supernovas, here comes Allie Batenhorst, USC Trojan this past fall after 3 years with Nebraska. 1 hour away by car, 60 miles or so to Lincoln. And she serves into the net.
So far, Reagan Cooper has 7 kills. She has absolutely come out this second set. She's playing so well.
Good look at Carly Graham, former Rice Owl. The South, they call Rice the Harvard of the South. Quick attack, Phoebe Awalea. Chased down by Graham. And Van Buskirk muscles it through.
That's a nice job by Lane Van Buskirk, just finding her place at the net, finding the ball. She just kind of slaps it down between the net and Awalea. That's a tough ball because it's so tight on the net.
So Vegas trying to settle the ship here for set 3. Big block attempt. Van Buskirk, Adora Anaya lands just wide. 17-6 Omaha.
Another really nice swing by Kelsey Payne, going up, tooling the block out of bounds. No defense can chase that down. That's such a smart shot.
Phoebe Awalea, Minnesota Golden Gopher. Gets it in. Mary Scholl pulls her setter off. That's an effective serve. Dora Nye can only tip. Nice up, Nati. Someone else has got to bump set it. Brooke Nunneviller, diving dig by Mary Scholl. Arizona State Sun Devil. Now a great defensive effort, Allie Batenhorst. Here come the thrill. Lane Van Buskirk, not this time. Quick attack. Wilson on a banjo. 18-6. Wow.
Another really nice series of really good hustle plays by Omaha. Picking up balls in the back row, second touches, everything working for them right now. And a great feed, finding the middle in the attack in transition.
Phoebe Awalea, before a suddenly hushed CHI Health Center crowd, puts it in play. Adora Nye cross court. Brooke Nunneviller. She can dig. Former libero. Led by Mary Scholl. Adora Nye, not this time. Nunneviller can do it all. Looking for the assist. Nope, not a full swing. Comes Kelsey Payne. There's a full swing by Lauren Jardine. Double-digit kills the last 3 matches. Trying to do it again today.
That's a nice high swing by Jardine, seeing that block, hitting a high ball over it. Omaha working hard on defense and scrambling, but not able to get that one in.
Dora Nyes. Nati to the deck. Cross-court attempt by Brooke Nunneviller. Joust, whistle. Point against, or for Vegas.
For Vegas, they're going to say that ball did not cross the plane of the net. Brooke Nunneviller being very aggressive and going after it. And because Carly Graham's a back row setter, it's called.
Brooke Nunneviller, 5'10". She doesn't usually get called for a reach over. Big rip and gets the kill. Haven't needed her as much today. Oh, normally should take about 1 out of every 3 swings. Back row, front row. Everybody getting into the act this afternoon.
They are. They're getting a lot of swings for everybody today. Brooke there was such a smart cross-court shot to finish that rally.
Got a new setter in there for Omaha, Mac Pedraza. Kelsey Payne serves into the net. 19-9. Novas. The Vegas Thrill. Mac Pedraza sets Brooke Nunneviller. Kaboom!
And then there's the full speed swing we are used to seeing from Brooke Nunneviller. When she goes up and cranks it cross court, it's hard for the defense to control that.
Well, the head coach, Laura Bird-Kuhn from Omaha, tells us in practice the second team is even with the first team. We're finding out here. We've got a lot of subs in there for Omaha. Quick attack. Oblade knocked down. Batenhorst. Kaboom!
It was a really nice scramble play on the Omaha side. Stepping in, out of system sets, and Allie Batenhorst with not much of an approach, able to just stop, jump, and crank it cross court inside the blocks of Jardine.
Her mom, a graduate of the University of Nebraska. Her dad, Nebraska Wesleyan. Grew up in the Houston area. Grandparents up in northeast Nebraska. A homecoming when she signed her first pro contract. Got to come home to Omaha after 3 years with the Huskers and 1 at USC. Allie Batenhorst, former Gatorade National Player of the Year as a high school senior. 21-10.
Omaha right now having a lot of serving errors in this set. And it's easy to do because you're winning by so much. Sometimes you can lose focus, but they need to settle in. We had 5 serving errors on the Omaha side this set.
On a banjo, out of bounds. Now, here's something to think about. In early January, Omaha was up 2-love in sets over Vegas and had a couple match point chances late in the third and got reverse swept.
Yes, Vegas is used to the reverse sweep. They've done it several times this year. They do not quit playing, so Omaha needs to keep it clean and stay focused and finish this out.
Friday night was their 4th reverse sweep win of the year. They're trying to build a little momentum. Hannah Maddox and the thrill here late in the second.
And that's the danger of a team like this. When they are a solid team and they can get points, if you open the door, they find the crack and they get hope.
Lauren Jardine. Got 2 jump servers, Maddox and Jardine. Mac Pedraza, no. Adora Anai, still frustrated. Allie Batenhorst, big free swing, off the block and out.
Great swing by Allie Batenhorst using the block. Allison Witten right underneath that, watching it go out on coverage. She did a great job being available to cover. But Adora Anai, I agree, she feels like she's frustrated. I don't think she's getting the set that she's looking for because she's not attacking hard with her full strength. She's just kind of slapping the ball over.
Maddox pulls her setter off, gets it back. Bang. That is a fast arm. Conference USA star, Hannah Maddox.
And that's the Hannah Maddox we were expecting to see. That swing right there is what she is capable of. She is a rocket when she has a set she can swing at and go after full strength. That's what she's capable of. So Omaha wants to shut that down before it goes anywhere else.
Her serve receive is improved. Her serving is improved, except for right there. It just goes to show how much improvement you can make after college if you're just given the opportunity to continue playing. She talks about how her game has evolved so much from who she was, Hannah Maddox, as a college player.
Well, and that's so cool to see, and that's so true for everybody. I felt like when I played 13 years pro, and I felt like I was still learning and improving my last year playing. And I just think for some people, they see college players who are stars and they think, wow, they know how to do everything. Those players can still learn too. And so it's really cool to see these women in the league still learning and still developing as players, finding new skills, improving skills they already have.
Yeah, wait till you see them 3 years later in the PBF. Dora Nye block back. Oblak. A middle, nice cover. Lauren Jardine. Great dig by Nonavilla. She's had a shovel all match. Another. To the point, Batenhorst from the right pin. Allie Witten did a nice job. She's done at libero today. Just a rookie. That one might have been long. Had to play it, though. It would have been close. Another dig for Nonavilla. Her 4th of the rally. Wow. Tip shot of Dora Nye. She called for that set. Didn't work. She's calling for another. Let's see if Graham gives her another try. Nope. Timing off with Jardine. Kelsey Payne, and it drops. That looked a little bit like fatigue there in the part of Vegas.
It did, and there were so many really nice plays. You mentioned Brooke Nunaviller. She's digging over there, everything that comes anywhere near her. And the play that it ends on is kind of a half-power slap shot by Kelsey Payne. Sometimes that's how it goes. You play a long rally with so many great shots, and the less great shot is the one that scores at the end.
Nice pass, a nice quick attack, and Buskirk over dig joust, and it's won by Carly Graham.
Great hustle there by Allison Witten on defense. Just goes a little bit too far over the net. Brooke Nunaviller tries to cover and block on it, but can't reach.
Long way to go. If, as expected, Omaha finishes this second set momentarily. Remember, this is a Vegas team that has reverse swept 4 opponents this year. Batenhorst the target, good pass. Kelsey Payne for the set. Not yet.
It's a great block set up on the Vegas side. Adora and I getting right in front of Kelsey Payne. When they close that block, that's a big wall. And Kelsey Payne that time pulling it down into block.
Again, Batenhorst, good pass by Allie. Phoebe Awalea, no. Adora Anai. Mac Pedraza feeds back. Allie Batenhorst. Kaboom! That's a 2. Emphatically. Vegas tries to turn the reverse sweep trick for a 5th time in the spring of 2025 when we come back.
Supernovas Volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you in part by the CHI Health Center in Omaha and by Barry Law. Barry Law is in it to win it. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Well, for about a week, I was having some chest pains, just rumblings across, and it just kept going on and on. And so I said to my husband, I said, I think you need to take me to ER. And I walked into ER and I said, I think I'm having a heart attack. Within 20 minutes, I was in the cath lab. I had a blockage, I believe, over here, and they put in 2 stents. One of them, they said, was quite long. It was much better than the alternative. Dr. V gives me a lot of confidence and encouragement, and just keep working and keep going. I would highly recommend Faith Regional ER, the doctors, and definitely rehab. They just take care of you. Through courage and the help of Faith Regional, I became a heart hero.
Ramifications abound this afternoon as both teams have playoff implications from the outcome of this one. Omaha, for the moment, a half match ahead of the Atlanta Vibe winners of, get this, 12 in a row. Meanwhile, Vegas has to win this and the next 2 matches, and Indy's got to lose for Vegas to sneak in as the 4th seed. The top 4 above that yellow line make the postseason, which is 2 weekends from now. Some fan has just won a lot of money. They found something blindfolded and it was laying there and the crowd helped them out. Here is the remaining weekend of action for Omaha, both on the road at Grand Rapids and at Atlanta. So you got 2 playoff teams. Atlanta for sure, Grand Rapids trying to sneak in over Indy, and then Atlanta, I think this is Vegas, is at Indy. Atlanta, the second place team, is at Indy. And then there's almost all the top 4s playing each other for the most part, which makes it possible for Vegas to sneak in. Here's the question for you, Nancy, is who can beat this juggernaut that the Atlanta Vibe, with Morgan Hentz, probably the best libero in the league. You have Merritt Beeson on the right side. You have Marley Montserrat is your setter. Leah Edmond, the reigning player of the year in the league. How do you beat this team?
Well, it's definitely difficult. Atlanta is such a strong team. Like you mentioned, they have so many great players in so many positions. But I definitely think they're beatable. I think if whatever team they're facing, they need to serve tough. First of all, you need to serve away from Morgan Hentz. Morgan Hentz is phenomenal as a libero, both in service and in defense. So it's the same thing with attacking. If you're going to have to give them a ball that's not going for the kill, you have to attack a different side of the court. If she's in left back, find the middle back, find right back, hit sharp cross-court angle, something away from Morgan Hentz, because she's doing such a great job for them right now that she's taking over and taking some of the pressure off other players. But I think they're definitely beatable with tough serving. Stay a little bit further away from Morgan Hentz on service, even defense.
Kayla Banwer's Atlanta Vibe are rolling. Stay right there. Day in the life of downtown Omaha with Chuck. Come on.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
More than 10,000 here in attendance for this Sunday matinee. That means 19 of the biggest professional volleyball crowds out of the top 20 have been in this building the last 2 seasons with the Omaha Supernovas playing. 19 of the biggest 20 crowds in pro volleyball history in this building. Now outside, you have beautiful downtown Omaha, the Missouri River. The waves are lapping against the banks. You've got the Bob Carey Bridge, and then here you got Chuck. Chuck's on his own little motorized scooter, and there's the Missouri River. There's the Bob Carey Bridge. This is earlier today, and Chuck is carrying around some provisions, which is why he's got the backpack. He bumps into a buddy, shaking hand. A lot of friendly faces. Remember, the motto of the state is Nebraska nice. You got puppies rolling around. So if you're not very popular, have a puppy, because out of nowhere, you suddenly got friends. And there's Chuck. That is what you call just a drink that anyone of any age can have. And Chuck is enjoying it. And then after that exertion, he needs this. Chuck, one of our camera guys, come on back for set 3.
Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. No need to worry, cause you got somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
We got your back.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. You live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
Supernovas volleyball right here on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you by Barry Law. If you have been seriously injured, just call Barry Law. Well, Vegas at full strength, but they're going to need everybody. For a big reverse sweep, it would be their 5th of the season if they can pull it off, because it's been a bit lopsided so far this afternoon. You've got the numbers, Nancy. What do you see?
Well, I think Reagan Cooper attacking had a fantastic second set for Omaha. She came out and had 5 kills, and then Allie Batenhorst came in and had 3 of her own. So that was a really strong position for Omaha. Right now, I think Vegas's offense is just struggling a little bit. They came alive towards the end of that second set where they kind of got a run. But so far they haven't put anything together in big, long runs, and that's what's allowed Omaha to take the lead.
Now, Reagan Cooper not starting here in set 3. I don't think that's in any way indicative of how she's been playing, which has been terrific. She does have a shoulder issue that's kind of chronic she's always dealing with, and I think they're going to let Allie Batenhorst, who brought in a burst of energy late in the second set, to give it a shot here in the third, trying to sweep Vegas.
I agree. I think they're looking for that burst from Allie Batenhorst to continue, but I also know that Coach Bird looks for Allie when she wants a little bit bigger blocker. So I think she likes the look that Allie gives them at the net when they're blocking, especially against someone like Lauren Jardine, who's a big arm for Vegas.
Laura Bird-Kuhn, she's the chess master for Omaha. Lauren Jardine and the Vegas Thrill looking for another big comeback. Let's see if they're making any personnel changes. The answer looks like no. No, Alicia Childress, formerly Alicia Glass, in her late 30s, mother of 3 now, in the conversation for one of the greatest collegiate setters of all time. Maybe we can show her in a moment. What a career she has had. Tip shot by Onabanjo. Blocked back. Here's Kelsey Payne. We're underway in the third. 2-love Omaha. Adora Anai with renewed energy. Gets dug. Tip shot with Nunaville. 1-0 for the third straight set. Vegas.
Vegas again doing a great job setting up that block on Brooke Nunaviller. That ball is out in front of her. She can't quite get her feet to it because it's a little tight to the net. Vegas doing a great job sealing the net and pushing over on that block.
Allie Badenhorst steps in front of the libero. You don't see that very often. It worked. Kelsey Payne delivers. We're tied at 1.
Great high swing by Kelsey Payne. Again, tooling off those high hands, going sharp cross court that time off the blocker's hands. Here we see it again. Out of bounds. Great swing by Kelsey Payne.
She's had a big weekend. She has retaken that opposite position starting job after Emily Wandot had it for about a month. Onabanjo. Kaboom.
Omaha on that play looked really good in rhythm. Brooke Nunaviller plays the tip over. Nati Valentin Anderson very quickly is able to find Onabanjo coming out on the quick behind and gets a quick kill.
Toyosi, one of 5 fabulous KU seniors last December. Heartbreaking 5-set loss in the second round to Texas at home in Lawrence. She gets blocked right there by Hannah Maddox. We are tied at 2 in the third.
That's a nice blocking move by Vegas. They go with Onabanjo. They're right there with her. Both players have both hands reaching over the net for Onabanjo, and they result in a block.
Then Busberg serves. Allie Batenhorst, who's a frequent target. Good pass. Maddox gives it back to the Novas. Back row, 6 feet 5 inches tall, Allie Batenhorst. Wow.
It's a great feed by Nati Valentin Anderson, finding Allie Batenhorst coming out of the back row. Vegas just blocking with 1, leaves a lot of court for their defense to try to cover, and Allie Batenhorst finds the floor.
2 sisters played college volleyball. 1 for TCU and another up in Washington. Right side roll shot. Won't work for Jardine. Batenhorst again, big slug, no. And Maddox says, I can do that too. 3-3.
And Maddox just sneaking that one through under the arms over the tape. Just sneaking it through for that kill. But Allie Batenhorst took a huge swing, and Adora and I just real soft underneath it, popped that ball up. That was a nice defensive play.
She is smooth. Lauren Jardine. Allie Witten, rookie libero. Great job. It's her first start today. And there's Toyosi Onabanjo with another kill.
Another great connection there from Nati with Toyosi Onabanjo. She's running that slide behind and able to find seams between the blockers, go deep and through the blockers. There's usually not a defender right there, so you have to make somebody move to dig it.
Her teammates just love playing with her in practice. She's just full of energy, working so hard as a rookie. First-round draft pick, trying to get in the lineup. She's found the lineup today, deservedly so, and Maddox back-to-back kills, 4-4 in the third.
Maddox coming out hot for Vegas. She's taken big swings again like we know she can, but she's found the court this time. She's found high blockers' hands, so she's feeling a little bit more in a rhythm now.
Played at South Alabama. When the fans there are chanting USA, you don't know if they're being patriotic or if they're rooting for their team. Set to the back row, tip shot by Nunaviller. And a nice put away from Berkeley Oblade.
Berkeley Oblad doing a nice job there, going up quick on that ball. That's a really quick transition play. When Brooke Nunaviller tips out of the pipe, it's coming back fast to the setter, and Oblad doing a great job going up fast and being available. Tipping right back over the middle of the court, and hers finds the floor.
All right, Oblad in the middle there, played for Beth Lanier at Utah. Beth Lanier this fall at Utah will be starting her 36th consecutive year as the head coach at Utah. Great coach. There's Kelsey Payne, just long. 6-4 Vegas. Uh-oh, here they come.
And similar to the way the second set started, Vegas coming out strong, Omaha with a couple of errors. For Omaha right now, they need to focus on just settling down, getting this side out, and then getting in their rhythm again and taking charge.
Hannah Maddox led her team, South Alabama, the NCAA tournament senior. Kelsey Payne waiting for this serve, but she's not going to get it. They're hiding her. She's an opposite. Instead, it's going to be Brooke Nunaviller. Cool pass. Left side tip shot down. Allie Batenhorst. Well done.
That was a nice reception on a tough jump serve from Hannah Maddox, but I love that Nati up at the net. She's a little tight, shoves it out. And Allie Batenhorst with a really smart tip shot kind of across her body to the right sideline over the block.
Allie Batenhorst, boyfriend, Baylor Shireman. Boston Celtic, grew up in Aurora, Nebraska, played right here at Creighton. Reason I know that is they put it out on that social media stuff.
Well, if you follow him, you got to follow him on social media.
Overpass, big swing by Awalea, gets it right back. Batenhorst, somebody lit a fire under her today, 6 apiece.
Allie Batenhorst taking some good swings. She's getting to the ball, swinging hard, finding angles inside the block that time. Here we see it again. She cuts it sharp underneath Oblad's arms.
6-6, Omaha going for the sweep. We're in the third. Ooh, that one might have been long play by Chardine at the last moment. Dora and I blocked back, great rescue. Mary Schroll, the fine libero out of Arizona State. Quick attack, Phoebe Awalea. Omaha's second lead, third lead of the third set.
I'm honestly a little impressed with how casually Jardine played that and had a perfect pass.
I think it was going out, but again, she couldn't get out of the way. She had no choice, I guess.
At least she perfect passed it, didn't bounce it off her out of bounds.
Not descends to Mary Schroll. Holly Graham back row, Chardine. Wow. Nice up. Oh, double touch. Second time another player has intervened when Nati, the setter, thought she would play the second contest.
And that can happen sometimes when you switch in players and switch out players. These players aren't used to necessarily being the 6 players on the court together. They don't have a ton of time with that particular combination of 6. So sometimes these miscommunications happen. But the team needs to clean them up and get it figured out. Allie Batenhorst again, we were talking about her just a minute ago. Another really nice swing from the right side. That time she played some right side earlier this season for a little stint, and she's able to find the seam between the block and just find the floor between the blockers.
Her finest moment as a Husker, the 2021 upset regional final win at Texas, her home state university that recruited her. She had 15 kills that day. Left side swing by Adora Nye up the block, and we're tied at 8 in the third.
That was a nice serve by Allie Batenhorst. She had Vegas out of system. Adora Nye was taking a high out of system set from a back row player stepping into set. She does a really nice job staying behind the ball where she can see the block and just tooling it softer off the block.
Vegas does not want to go to the airport. They want to play 4, at least. Jardine, block back, and then Van Buskirk decides to set us. That thing gets pushed out of bounds, way wide.
Yeah, that's just an oops play by Lane Van Buskirk. She's trying to be aggressive, which is great. A ball right on top of the net, you should be aggressive. Just misses wide, trying to throw it down quickly.
Right behind there, you see Jess Schabin-Landsman, former Iowa State Cyclone, former Omaha Supernova a year ago. Soon to be mom for the second time. Jess was a key contributor a year ago on the outside, or excuse me, on the right side. What a story. She trained for months and months to try out for the Novas, was invited to do so unexpectedly, made the team, and then was a starter, huge contributor on that league champion a year ago. Decided after that season she would retire, and suddenly it is now 10-9 Omaha.
Omaha doing a nice job again this set, turning it around, starting out a little slow, but getting some momentum, turning it around, taking the lead. On a banjo there, going up again quickly, throwing the ball down, finding a spot where there's no defense.
A lot of dignitaries in the house. Very short, poor pass, out of system swing. Still Maddox slugs him. This time it won't drop. Back row Batenhorst. See if Maddox unloads again. Here we go. Yes, she will. Doug. Brooke Nunaviller stuffed. Jardine's fired up. Tied at 10.
And Jardine there going up with Van Buskirk. That's a big block. And Brooke Nunaviller, as soon as she hit the ball, it was all over her face. She realized what she did. But they did a nice job blocking there, just staying disciplined and sealing over. You asked if Hannah Maddox would swing. If you set her the ball, she will swing.
So fun to watch. Uh-oh, out of system for Omaha. Here comes the free ball attack from Hannah Maddox. You guessed it, the Express. Do not expect the local from Hannah Maddox. Kaboom! Toyos Anabanjo exults. It's 11-10 Omaha.
And Anabanjo having success on that slide when the block stops inside on her. They're not getting all the way out, and she's able to go between Hannah Maddox and the antenna, and she's finding that 5-6 seam hitting around the block. That's a really tough ball for the defense to dig.
Nunaviller sent it to the back left. Maddox can do it all. Decent pass. Here we go. Lauren Jardine, the fiery outside right side hitter, gets done. Tip shot, Allie Batenhorst. Whistle. Net violation against Lauren Jardine of Vegas. 12-10. Omaha starting to pull away a little bit.
Omaha doing a nice job, I think, scrambling when things aren't quite perfect. That pass was tight to the net. Nati Valentine-Anderson comes running in late, trying to set that ball. Allie Batenhorst making a smart play, just keeping it in play, and Vegas repays them by getting in the net and giving them the point.
Omaha serving is breaking down Hannah Maddox. She's the constant target to receive. Back row, Nunneviller gets it down. 13-10 Omaha, 12 to go. Boy, a moment ago, Lauren Jardine with a big block and celebration reminded me of a youthful Nancy Maindring Metcalf. You got to stay away from her after a big block. She might get you.
That energy, it's contagious. So when Jardine gets a big, thank you for the compliment, by the way. I will take that as a compliment to be compared to her, because she's a fantastic player. But that energy is contagious. You can pull your team along with that. And you're right, when you get one like that, it lifts you up. And if the other team continues feeding that, it can continue to build.
And after the block, she kind of took a swing in the air, and I'm thinking, everybody stay away from her for just a moment. She's a little bit like a youthful Nancy. I like those all-time celebratory players. They lift everybody else up. But
Well,
you got to be careful.
That is the intention, but yes, sometimes we accidentally hit someone by mistake.
14-11. She plays a lot of emotion.
She does, and I think emotional players are fun to watch. Some players, they're more steady and they try not to show their emotions, and that's just what works for them. But personally, I like watching the emotion. I love it when a player gets fired up. I love it when they fire their team up by something they did.
Toyosi Anabanjo and Adora Anai. Calm, steady player, and Jardine blocked. Allie Batenhorst got in front of her. 10 to go for an Omaha sweep.
Great blocking move there by Allie Batenhorst and Phoebe Abalea. They both move in unison, get over the net, press over, and that ball goes straight down.
Double sub, here she comes. Alicia Childress, formerly Alicia Glass Childress, former teammate of yours. Talk about one of the great setters of all time.
Well, she is such a great setter. She's so smart. She understands the game so well. She has great vision. She's been trained by some fantastic coaches, so she knows her job. She's great with tempo. She's great with location. I loved playing with her. I think she's a great teammate. She will work her tail off to help her team in any way she can.
I think there's a consensus that the greatest collegiate setter ever was Misty May, but Alicia Glass Childress is right there in the conversation for number 2 all time. 3 national championships at Penn State.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with successful results, and Alicia definitely has those. Her time at Penn State, she was so successful. She led them to so many championships.
She's trying to lead a comeback here against the Omaha Supernovas.
Well, for about a week, I was having a kind of some chest pains, just rumblings across, and it just kept going on and on. And so I said to my husband, I said, I think you need to take me to ER. And I walked into ER and I said, I think I'm having a heart attack. Within 20 minutes, I was in the cath lab. I had a blockage, I believe, over here, and they put in 2 stents. One of them, they said, was quite long. It was much better than the alternative. Dr. V gives me a lot of confidence and encouragement, and just keep working and keep going. I would highly recommend Faith Regional ER, the doctors, and definitely rehab. They just take care of you. Through courage and the help of Faith Regional, I became a heart hero.
Miss Nebraska among the dignitaries, taking in the happening that is Omaha Supernova volleyball. Got a pageant in the morning and get a crown and find out there's a game later. What the heck?
Well, keep your crown on. You got to show that hardware off. It looks heavy, though. Hope her neck isn't getting tired.
Toyosi Anabanjo sails it. Maddox, regular target. Alicia Childress, back set. Cameron Hanna, the fellow Penn Stater, different eras with the kick.
That's a nice swing by Cameron Hanna. The Omaha block that time was a little late pressing over, so they got caught still reaching up, and she's able to power it off the block, and it sails deep beyond the court.
So finally we get some lineup changes for Vegas. 9 away for Omaha, make it 8-17-12. Allie Batenhorst has brought the howitzer this afternoon.
And Allie Batenhorst is doing a really nice job hitting high as well. We talked earlier in the match about Reagan Cooper. Allie Batenhorst getting into extension there and just hitting it high, snapping it over the block, deep in the court.
She had played 2 single sets in the last 3 matches. Now Batenhorst getting lots of time here today. Came in about 2/3 of the way through the last set. Now the entire 3rd set. In lieu of Reagan Cooper. Right side swing. Cameron Hanna gets blocked by Batenhorst. Wow.
That's a fantastic block move by Allie Batenhorst. She gets out quick and over the net quick, and that ball goes straight down. It's a great blocking move as we watch it again. She's pressing over. She's over past her elbows. That's a huge block.
Cameron Hanna, 6'1", Batenhorst, a legit 6'5". Nati into the net, her second service error in this match. She's got 1 ace, 18-13, the pink, blue, and white. First time we see Morgan Stout today. Wichita State shocker. Had 124 kills last year in the middle. 3.2 kills a set. That was #1 in the country among middles. So she can deliver. She's coming in the back row, though. The serve. Kelsey Payne goes right after him. I don't think she was brought in for her digging prowess. See if she stays in.
She is leaving again. We're getting Libero back on. Play some defense. That was brought in as a serving sub, but Omaha ran a really nice combination off that pass. It all has to start with a pass. If the pass isn't there, the combination doesn't work. But because they pass well, they're able to run a little 1-2 combination with the middle and the outside coming in. And Reagan Cooper does a great job finding the floor.
Batenhorst out of bounds. 19-14. Don't pour the pre-dinner sherry quite yet.
No, if I'm anyone on the Omaha sidelines, my messaging is finish this. Do not let up. Finish it. Every single point until the game is over. We keep playing. We keep pushing.
Cameron Hanna knows how to come back and finish. That's what her Penn State team did in the national semis this past December. Big finish from Hannah Maddox. This one's far from over.
And that's what the Vegas team has done this season as well. When they get down 0-2, some teams have a tendency to think it's over and they can take it easy. But with Vegas, they do not quit, so the other team cannot quit either.
Cameron Hanna played for Katie Schumacher. Holly, what a story for Penn State. National champions for the 8th time this fall. Big block. Alicia Childress had a little help from Lane Van Buskirk, and Reagan Cooper just came back in and got blocked.
That's a nice block move on the Vegas side, but that ball returning from the block was not that difficult. I think Omaha can cover that. They need to stay focused. Every player needs to be keyed in right now.
No Brooke Nunaviller. This is a rarity on the floor right now for Omaha. And now Kelsey Payne long. 19-17. 4 straight for the Vegas Thrill. And we'll get a Bolt 6 replay review. Omaha thinks maybe a human hand touched that en route to its out-of-bounds trajectory. For the moment, 19-17. This one's big. Without a calculator, it's 20-16 if it gets reversed.
Yes, agreed. And that's the thing about challenges is they can make a very small deficit widen very suddenly.
Omaha this coming weekend, Grand Rapids and Atlanta on the road. Remember, if Omaha can close this out and sweep and then beat Grand Rapids in any form, 3, 4, or 5 sets on Friday, then Omaha is your winner regular season in the PBF and goes as the #1 seed to Las Vegas 2 weekends from now. And plays the national semis against #4 seed and then match for $1 million to be split among those on the roster. And when determining who gets what, I think they also consider dancing contributions.
Well, several of the Omaha players are trying to earn their share of the dancing money, it looks like. I will say it's impressive how coordinated they are.
Yes.
They have to practice this because they are all coordinated so quickly.
Guys, we're going to call off the back row attack practice. Everyone, we got to work on the dancing now.
Here's the replay on the block touch, and it does look like her pointer finger moves.
That's huge.
They say no touch.
So it is 19-17. What was a 6-point deficit, just 2. Vegas fighting back from the abyss, down 2 love, down 6. Now they're just down by 2 points. Allie Batenhorst, the target, gets it back and only tip it. Timing was off. Here comes the thrill back row. Hannah Maddox, no. Kelsey Payne blocked back. Reagan Cooper just back in. Wow. Caught a break there. Tumbling into the chair of fish.
Reagan Cooper doing a little bit of midair gymnastics there. Honestly, I'm not even sure how she got that ball over the net. It was wide past the antenna, and she sliced it and somehow flopped it over the net and resulted in a point.
And she's playing a different spot. She's in for Brooke Nunaviller right now, so in a different part of the 6-player rotation and haven't played for a full set. That was just her second swing. And Vegas with a kill from Grace Loberg, the former Wisconsin national champion in 2021, 2018.
Loberg doing a nice job there, just being smart. The set wasn't a great set. It was kind of an out-of-system play. She just takes a nice swing and is able to find the point.
6 feet, 3 inches tall. Grace Loberg serves, yields a poor pass, and then a big block. Vegas is within 1.
That's a tough ball for Reagan Cooper. The pass gets pulled forward. The Omaha middle is staying in front. When Onabanjo doesn't go behind, that lets the middle for Vegas's block stay with her as well. And so it's a big block waiting for Reagan Cooper on an out-of-system bump set.
Right side, Kelsey Payne, kill. 21-19, needed that.
That was a huge side out for Omaha. Getting that 2-point cushion instead of being in a tied game is huge for them right now. They needed that kill. They need to move on and start a run right now.
Back in January, Omaha had a 2-love lead and 2 match point chances, lost it in 5. To the thrill from Vegas. Hannah Maddox muscles it through. Another 1-point ball game.
Hannah Maddox, we talked about it. If you set her, she will swing, and she goes up after that ball. It's not an awesome set. She's off the net. She absolutely ripped that ball and able to catch Nati Valentin Anderson not pressing over the net. The ball sneaks down on Omaha's side.
Well, the message to Vegas should be before every match, all right, guys, it's set 3. It's set 3 right now. It's a different team right now, but that's a huge service error.
It is. That's another untimely service error for Vegas. They've had several today, several times where they need to have a ball that they can keep in play and do something, and they make a service error. It benefits Omaha.
It's a third for Lane Van Buskirk, and they've all been inopportunely timed. With Nunaviller back in there. Quick attack by Stroll. Morgan not down. Jack Shiro shot by Brooke Nunaviller, no. Grace Loberg winds up, fires down. Cold as a cucumber off the bench, the veteran.
But Grace Loberg is no stranger to high-level volleyball. She came in, she's ready to play. She's taking really smart swings. I like it. She does not look hurried or rushed or nervous. She's just calm and just taking great swings.
So Nunaviller's back in to settle the ship for Omaha. And here she is, Alicia Childress. 3 daughters. Back row swing, and Kelsey Payne. Huge kill.
Huge kill for Kelsey Payne. Getting fed from Nati Valentin Anderson off a ball that was off the net a little bit. Nati leads her in the back row attack, and Kelsey with those long limbs and great jump is able to just hammer it down.
She's back, Lindsay Krause. Big spark into set 3 against Columbus Friday night. Ran a bunch of points. The end of set 1 this afternoon. Hannah Maddox, you know she's going to full speed it. It's long, no touch. I think it's time for a bold 6 replay review. No reason to hang on to it. You don't get to keep it and travel with it. Got to use it now. 23-21 for the 24-21 for the moment.
They might as well use it. Like you said, you can't travel with it.
You can't come out of the locker room an hour after the match and say, hold everything. Want to use that? Too late. 24-21. What do you think on this one?
I didn't see it from where we're sitting. I didn't see the touch. But on this play, earlier in the match, there's been 1 or 2 players asking for a touch. The rest of the team not really supporting that. On this play, the whole team turned and asked for it. And we can see here those fingers are moving on Nati's left hand. Great call by the Vegas team. They saw it. They knew.
You ask yourself, for greats like yourself who played 13 years of pro after 5 seasons with Nebraska, 3 first-team All-American, how many matches would have been altered with this technology? You wonder.
I mean, I believe a lot of them would have changed significantly. Because not only do you win this point, so it's important for that 1 point that you win by winning the challenge, but the momentum can shift as well.
Maddox got to get it in, and she doesn't. She goes for a huge jump serve at that juncture. Wow, that's high risk.
That is very high risk. And I know that they want players to serve to certain positions and target a certain serve receiver, but when you're down and this point literally gives the other team match point, you got to serve far enough in the court to be a little more sure of it.
Well, 2 late service errors by Vegas when they were right there. And then Nati returns the favor. Just long. A credit card long.
So close. We see the Bolt 6 again. It's close.
Couple credit cards.
I think, yeah, a couple credit cards, maybe a stack of them.
Got to get this in. Morgan Stout does. Easy pass for the match. Kelsey Payne. Chase down. Beautiful. Goldberg to tie it. Block back. Back row. Hannah Maddox gets dug. For the match. Peyton Horse. Great cover by Nunneviller. Peyton Horse for the match. She did it. Omaha wins. That's volleyball.
That is volleyball. That's a nice swing by Allie Bainhorst on that final play. She wasn't really in rhythm attacking. She's able to swipe it off the top of the block for the kill.
Great drama late in the third. Vegas made it just that close. A deuce game. Come on back to the postgame.
Supernovas Volleyball on News Channel Nebraska is brought to you in part by the CHI Health Center in Omaha and by Barry Law. Barry Law is in it to win it. If you've been seriously injured, call Barry Law. Nebraskans love their volleyball. That's why NCN is once again televising Omaha Supernovas matches this season. Join Husker volleyball announcer John Baylor and Husker Olympian Nancy Metcalf for all the action as the Supernovas look to defend their pro volleyball championship in 2025. Tune in to News Channel Nebraska for Omaha Supernovas volleyball, presented by Barry Law.
Liberty First Credit Union. It's for you. Do you live in Nebraska or the surrounding states? Then it's for you. Want to earn cash back on your transactions? Then it's for you. Are you ready to start banking with purpose? Then Liberty First Credit Union? It's for you. We're not your typical credit union. We support you with personalized banking that's open to everyone. Start banking with purpose at Liberty First Credit Union. We're for you.
As a young adult, taking charge of your health can often feel confusing, especially your reproductive wellness. That's where Family Health Services comes in. We provide non-judgmental, affordable reproductive health care that's confidential even for minors. From birth control, STI and HIV testing to pregnancy testing, counseling, and cervical cancer screenings, we've got you covered. Not ready to book an appointment? No problem. Stop by any of our locations for free Plan B or menstrual products. No questions asked. Call or visit us today. We're ready when you are.
A body in motion stays in motion until you feel that muscle tighten, that sharp pain you didn't expect, and suddenly you're stopped in your tracks. KRT helps you get back in action with all natural pain relief in just minutes. Don't get sidelined by muscle cramps. Stay in the game with KRT.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Kearney, Nebraska is the getaway you never knew you needed. With comfortable, premium lodging, eclectic shopping, and a variety of locally owned craft food and drink options, Kearney has something for everyone. By day, you'll find rich history, outdoor adventure, and some of America's most unique attractions. And by night, our many entertainment options, dazzling performances, and unique hangouts offer the perfect way to unwind. Visit Kearney. It's so much more than just in the middle.
They are dancing in Omaha following this 3-set to love sweep over the Vegas throw with Nancy Metcalf. My name's John Baylor, joined now by the head coach of the victorious Omaha Supernovas in this, the giddy aftermath of this 3-set win. Laura Bird-Kuhn, congratulations.
Hi there, thanks. That was pretty clean. We tried to let them back in a little bit, but I'm proud of the way that this team competed today.
Allie Batenor's off the bench, hit .667. It's a franchise record in a match, 10 kills.
Yeah. I think I mentioned her arm was live the last couple of days when I talked to you guys before the match. But that's the way this team, they lock in. Like I said, we had a good week of practice. I know we don't always get to play everybody, but they're ready to go when we go to them.
What was your messaging to the team when you got to the third set, knowing Vegas has pulled off 4 reverse sweeps this season, 1 against you guys right at the beginning. What was your messaging going into that third set to the girls?
That's exactly what I told them at the break. This team, the last 2 matches have reverse swept, and they've reverse swept us, so we knew we had to lock in. And I even told them that lineup that was out there at the end, when they were challenging or we challenged, I said, this is the lineup that beat us there. So I locked them in even in that challenge because we were kind of him-hawing, and I'm like, this is the lineup we need to lock in on. So I'm proud of the way that we executed at the end. Allie obviously lit them up, so it was good.
How proud are you of your rookie libero, Allie Witten? Got her first start ever as a professional today.
She's a stud. She's earned it. She's earned everything that's happened this season, and she, like I said, she's the heart and soul of like how we play and train every day. So for her to be performing and playing at this level for us on the court is huge. I love it for her, but I love it for our team.
Coach Laura Bird-Kuhn, congratulations.
Thanks.
Great win. Omaha Supernovas rise again, 19-7, a full match ahead of the Atlanta Vibe, and 1 more win Friday against Grand Rapids. If it's in 3 or 4 or 5 sets, doesn't matter, Nancy. Atlanta wins the regular season, gets the #1 seed 2 weeks from now in Vegas. Match for the million weekend.
And that would be huge for Omaha to know that they're going into that final weekend locked in the #1 seed. The 1 versus 4 matchup is a lot better looking than the 2 versus 3 for any program. And so it's a huge, huge goal for Omaha to get that locked in by just getting a win in any way, shape, or form against Grand Rapids.
Vegas is now officially eliminated. Indy is 2 matches ahead of Grand Rapids with 2 matches to go. So Indy with the inside track. Let's bring on player of the match, certainly for the second half of the second set and the entire third set. I want to say native daughter, but she did grow up in Houston. Allie Batenhorst, congratulations, 10 kills.
Thank you. I'm so excited. That was a great match and a nice sweep for sure.
Great match, Allie. Can we just talk about how do you feel when you come in today? It just looked like everything felt good to you. 10 kills on 15 attacks, no errors, you didn't get blocked. What are you seeing when you're feeling like that? What do you see in their block and their defense?
Yeah, I think every day in practice we run with the setters every day, and I kind of just go in and it flows, and I didn't really have to think too hard, and whenever I'm hitting, I just see some holes, and I just hit as hard as I can, honestly.
How competitive is it when the typical starters and those who come off the bench are playing against each other in practice?
Yeah, it's a battle for sure. Every day in practice is super competitive, and it's a lot of fun, but we're kind of used to it, and we're used to that pressure, and whenever it's our time to shine, we're ready.
How confident are you on your blocking these days? Because one thing that opponents occasionally have done against the Novas is had a big performance by an opposite, a right side.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very large. I've been blessed to be 6'4", so that definitely helps. But I think I've just kind of practiced over the years, and I just can see it pretty well. I can see their tendencies, and we go over it in film, and I just kind of try and be as aggressive as possible.
After a season away in Los Angeles playing for USC, how fun is it for you to be back here in Nebraska?
It's amazing. I mean, it's home. So, I mean, I grew up in Houston, but all my family's here. My people are here. These people are amazing, and it's just such a blessing to be here.
Allie Batenhorst, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, Allie.
Her Supernovas victorious. All right, Nancy Metcalf, final thoughts.
I like seeing the Omaha team have some different players have big nights. Laura, Coach Kuhn has talked to us all season long about how deep this team is, how they have players in practice on the second team that are competing with and beating the first team regularly. She feels confident subbing anybody else in and out of that match, knowing they can get the job done. I love getting some of these women the chance to get on the court and play, get some confidence, because in a league like this, anything can happen, and they all need to be ready to be called on. I think today they showed they're all ready and they're up to the task.
Nancy, thanks. For Nancy Metcalf, for our producer extraordinaire, Mr. Brad Pace, the entire NCN News Channel Nebraska team, my name's John Baylor. My role this afternoon, describe what I saw. Median age out there has got to be about 14. We got a lot of youngins taking this one in. A big celebration as Omaha looks like they are on their way to a regular season championship and the playoffs in 2 weekends. They win this afternoon over Vegas. Good afternoon from Omaha, Nebraska.